I read a quote recently from Tim Ferriss. He said, "Win the morning, win the day." And I could not agree more. Tim's got a lot of wisdom, and it makes sense that if you do what you need to do in the morning to set yourself up for success, you will win the day. So today, I want to share with you 6 questions I ask myself every morning without fail before I start getting everything done to make sure that I win the day and I'm set up for success. I'm Alex Charfen. Obsess over how to be more successful as an entrepreneur. And I've coached some of the most successful entrepreneurs on the planet to go from 6 to 7 figures and many to go from 7 to multiple 8 figures. And it's interesting where we can get leverage as entrepreneurs. I've spent a lot of time around wildly successful people, and I've asked over and over again, how did you create your success? How did you move forward in the world? How did you achieve what you achieved? And so often I get the answer, you win in the day. And what I do each day, and I focus on productivity for the day. And so this has been an obsession of mine for a long time. Let me share with you the 6 questions that I ask myself and that my clients ask themselves every single morning while they're getting ready so that they can win the day and get focused for the day so everything moves forward. The first 2 are interesting. They're really a reflection on the day before. The first question that I ask is, what am I grateful for? And this is one of those things that as entrepreneurs, it's really hard to recognize. In fact, when I was a younger entrepreneur, if you had told me that I should go through and make a list of what I was grateful for, I might have ignored you to my own detriment. Because here's what we now know about recognizing gratitude, about recognizing where we are grateful. If we recognize what we are grateful for, we will create more of those things. We activate ourselves to create more things we're grateful for if we write them down. And so every morning I make a list of what I'm grateful for. I'm often writing things down like my wife, my kids, my team, my clients, my company. What is it that I'm grateful for on any given day? And sometimes it's something simple. I'm grateful for my standing desk where I can adjust things going up and down. I'm looking for things that I'm grateful for. What is it that I really appreciate from the day before? So the second question. Now, this one's tough for us as entrepreneurs. See, as entrepreneurs, we are that part of the population that when we set a goal, as soon as we start approaching the finish line for that goal, it loses importance to us. Have you ever had that experience of you're going to achieve something, you're going to get something done, and then as you achieve it, it doesn't feel that impactful anymore? We're all like this, and it seems to be universal with entrepreneurs. Everybody I've ever asked agrees that they are very much like this. And so one of the things that we should do as entrepreneurs every day, one of the things I do every day, is I make sure that I write down where I won the day before. This is an impactful question for so many reasons. If I sit down in the morning and I look at what I did the day before and there's no place that I won, there's no place I feel like I achieved, there's nothing for me to write down, that is a really challenging morning. The good news is I know I'm going to write that down every day. So on a daily basis, I have pre-programmed myself to win. I have pre-programmed myself to make sure that I'm doing the right things so that I move the ball forward, move my business forward, my team forward, my family forward, my net worth forward, and the impact I'm making to my clients forward, because every day I write down where I won. I'm writing things down like I had a great call with a client. I had an awesome webinar. We sold a new member the day before. I had an awesome workout. Like, where did I win? What was it that I did that I showed up where I feel like I can give myself credit for a win? See, by writing this down, 2 things happen. Like I said, 1, I'm programming myself to win. And 2, I'm overriding that circuitry we have that doesn't recognize success, that just lets us pass over success without really seeing that it's there. I want to activate myself to win as much as I possibly can. Now, the third thing that I write down is my to-do list. Everything that I have on my calendar, I write out all the things that I think that I need to do that day. And then here's the important step that I take next. The 4th question I ask is, what are the top 3 things I need to do? If you're like me, often the to-do list that I have doesn't get done in a day, and that's okay. I know that's going to happen, and I don't beat myself up for it. The to-do list is not something that I have to execute everything. But by reviewing my to-do list and then pulling out the top 3 items that I'm going to achieve for the day, I always know I'm getting my highest and most important things done on a daily basis. For me, it's an edict. It's every single day I'm going to get those things that I need to get done in the top 3 because I've selected them in the morning and I know that they are the most important. Now, the 5th question I answer is a little different. And sometimes people get confused between this and a to-do list. But the question that I answer is, what is my intention for the day? As an entrepreneur, as a human, as a father, as a spouse, I have come to find that intention is just about everything. When I was younger, I read a book called The Power of Intention by Dr. Wayne Dyer, and he talked all about how when we set an intention for something, we have a much higher likelihood of success. So if we have a meeting with somebody and we say, I'm going to this meeting, that's not setting an intention. But if we say, I want to show up in this meeting, I want to be able to hold space in a strong way, I want to be able to support the people in the meeting, and I want to make sure that we accomplish the objective of the meeting by the time that it's done, we have now activated intention. We have put out into the universe what we want to get out of the activity that we're doing. So that intention is everything. So each morning, after I write down my top 3, I write down my intention for everything that I'm doing that day. Like today, I have record a YouTube video. I'll write down, record a compelling YouTube video that gives solid information in a way that people will hear. And that activates me to be able to do the right thing for each of the things that I'm getting done. And that intention is super important to me because when we create an intention, we have a much higher likelihood of success. If I'm going to do these things anyway, taking a few minutes to write down the intention makes them so much more impactful and sets me up for success. Now, the last question. This is a question that as entrepreneurs, we have such a hard time asking and answering. We are eternal optimists. As entrepreneurs, we don't even want to admit that we're uncomfortable. That's why every day I write down, where was I uncomfortable yesterday? What was it that slowed me down? What was it that took away my momentum? Where was it that I felt a lull of energy in the day? Where was it that I felt frustrated or anxious or confused? I write those things down so that I recognize them. And here's what happens. By writing those things down, I almost automatically start to work on how I stop doing those things or how I get them out of my life or how I build process around them or delegate them and move beyond them. Just by recognizing where I'm uncomfortable, that shifts my behavior on a daily basis in the right direction and starts helping me do exactly what I want to do to create the success I want in my life. So here's the summary. Every day I sit down and I answer the questions. What am I grateful for? Where did I win today? What are the things I have to do? Of that to-do list, what are the top 3? What's my intention for the top 3 and anything else that I'm going to do that day? And where was I uncomfortable yesterday? Now, I do this in what we call our momentum planning system. My team does it in this system. My clients do it in this system. And so you can too, but you can just write these questions down on a sheet of paper each day for the next week and see how they change your behavior. See how much more you get done during the day. See how much more you are able to accomplish. I'm excited for you to try this and see if it works for you like it does for me. Every day I do this, I feel like I create more productivity and most importantly, a lot more momentum in my life in the right direction. Thanks for checking out this video. Please ask me any questions you have about these 6 questions below. We are rebooting this YouTube channel. I'm intending to put a lot more content out to help you as an entrepreneur create momentum in your life, get clarity, build a team, have the company you've always wanted, and make a bigger impact and a bigger income. I want to help you move forward and create momentum. Thanks for being here. And if this video was meaningful for you, share it with someone you love and hit the subscribe button so you're informed the next time I put up a video.